Hey, my friend. What a start to the 2025 NFL Draft, right? Day 1 is officially in the books, and the Cowboys made a clear and bold move by selecting Tyler Booker, the powerful guard out of Alabama, with the 12th overall pick. Now, I know you've probably been reading opinions all over, but let's talk seriously. This pick makes a lot of sense. Dallas needed to get tougher up front, especially with the recent shakeups on the offensive line. Tyler Booker brings exactly that. The guy is a road grader. He's got SEC pedigree, he's disciplined, and more importantly, he's got that physicality the Cowboys have been missing in the interior. You've seen how we struggled in pass protection and short yardage situations. This move directly addresses those weaknesses. Some fans wanted a wide receiver or even a corner at 12, and hey, I get it. But building from the trenches has always been a winning formula. Booker doesn't just fill a gap, he gives Dak more time in the pocket and opens up lanes for the running backs we just brought in. If we want this offense to stay dangerous, protecting the quarterback and running the ball efficiently, Tony Pollard cutback, smash that bell too, because the next few picks, they're going to be just as important. Now let's dive into what still needs fixing on this roster, and trust me, there's plenty to talk about. All right? Now that Tyler Booker is officially a Cowboy, it's time to look at what still needs to be addressed. And there's no sugarcoating this. Dallas has holes to fill, and day 2 of the draft is where things can really shift the balance for this roster. Let's start with wide receiver. You saw what happened after Brandon Cooks left in free agency. Right now, CeeDee Lamb is the heart and soul of our passing game, but he needs help, urgently. Defenses are doubling him every week, and without a reliable second option, it limits our playbook. So yeah, WR is high on the list, and this draft class has some sneaky good depth in the second and third rounds. Then there's the running back situation. Yes, we added Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, but let's be real, those guys aren't long-term RB1 solutions. What we need is a young, explosive back who can grow with this offense. Someone who can break tackles, catch out of the backfield, and keep defenses honest. A true 3-down threat. Now, let's talk defense. At cornerback, we've got issues. Trevon Diggs is recovering from injury, Jordan Lewis is gone, and Darren Bland might be gone next year if we don't lock him in. Depth is thin, and that's being generous. A solid young CB could not only provide immediate help, but be a cornerstone for the future. Defensive tackle is another big one. Outside of Maisie Smith, there's not much to get excited about at the 1 tech spot. You and I both know how much we've struggled stopping the run. If Dallas wants to compete in January, this is a fix that can't wait. And finally, linebacker. We've brought in a few names, but the position still lacks that impact presence. Someone young, athletic, and instinctive. A sideline-to-sideline guy who can fly around and set the tone. Now I want your take. Which position do you think the Cowboys absolutely need to target on day 2? Drop it in the comments and check out the community poll right below this video. We're putting it to a vote. Wide receiver, running back, corner, D-tackle, or linebacker. And remember, your comment might just make it into our next episode. So get involved and help shape the conversation here at Cowboys News TV. Let's keep going, because the next 2 picks, 44 and 76, might just tell us everything about where this team is headed. Okay, now things are getting serious. Picks 44 and 76. This is where championship rosters get built. The Cowboys have a real shot to walk away from day 2 with 2 future starters. And I'm going to be honest with you. This part of the draft is where scouting and strategy make all the difference. Let's start with pick 44. Depending on how the board falls, there's a good chance a top-tier wide receiver is still there. Names like Xavier Worthy, Troy Franklin, or even Keon Coleman might slide, and if any of them do, I'd be pounding the table if I were in that war room. All 3 physical, all smart, and all capable of locking down one side of the field. Diggs and Bland would definitely appreciate the help. Now 76 is where it gets a little more interesting. That pick could go a few different ways depending on what happens earlier. If Dallas doesn't take a running back at 44, this could be the sweet spot. Braylon Allen or Blake Corum could still be available, and let me tell you, either one of them brings a strong mix of burst, balance, and toughness that would light up our backfield. Alternatively, this could be where they go defensive tackle. A name I really like here is McKinley Jackson, strong anchor, SEC tested, and fits that one-tech mold we desperately need. He's not flashy, but he does the dirty work that wins games. And don't sleep on linebacker either. If someone like Jeremiah Trotter Jr. or Edgerrin Cooper is on the board, pulling the trigger wouldn't surprise me one bit. That would give Dan Quinn a flexible, high-motor defender to develop behind the veterans. So let's make this fun. If you were in charge at pick 44, who are you taking? WR, CB, RB? Drop your mock draft picks in the comments and tell me why. I'm reading them all. And let's add a quick vote here too. What's the smartest play at 44? Offense or defense? Because no matter how it plays out, these two selections could define how far the Cowboys go in 2025. But wait, what if Dallas isn't done making moves yet? Let's talk trades. Now let's talk about a wild card that could change everything. Trades. You know how unpredictable day 2 of the draft can be, and the Cowboys have both the ammo and the motive to shake things up. Look at the board. Dallas holds picks 44 and 76, plus a stash of selections in the later rounds, 3 picks in the 7th alone. That gives the front office flexibility to move up if there's a guy they absolutely love slipping into striking distance. If, say, a top-tier corner or an explosive wideout drops into the late 30s, don't be shocked if Jerry and Will McClay make the call. Historically, the Cowboys don't make a ton of bold draft day trades, but when they do, it's usually for someone they see as a long-term fit. With multiple needs and several depth picks, packaging something like 76 and a 5th to move up could be a very real possibility. And honestly, if the right player's there, I'm all for it. On the flip side, trading down is also on the table. If the front office sees the board flattening out or believes there's value later on, they might decide to collect more capital. That could mean dropping a few spots in the 2nd or 3rd rounds to grab an extra 4th or 5th. That strategy could help reinforce multiple spots. Remember, we're thin in more than one area. And hey, let's not forget, drafting is about more than just talent. It's about building the kind of depth that helps you survive injuries, tough road games, and playoff pushes. Having more picks doesn't guarantee success, but it gives you more chances to hit. So now I'm throwing this question to you. Should the Cowboys be aggressive and move up to grab a star, or play it smart and stack picks for depth? Let me know in the comments and tell me what kind of trade you would pull off if you were in the GM chair. The next few hours could define this team's identity. But before we wrap things up, let's talk about how you can be part of all of this. Because the Cowboys community is built with fans like you. If you've made it this far in the video, then I know one thing for sure. You're not just a fan, you're part of this Cowboys family. And here at Cowboys News TV, that means something. This channel is all about creating a space where fans like you can talk football, debate picks, celebrate wins, and yeah, even vent after those tough losses. Because being part of the Blue and Silver Nation is a year-round commitment, not just something we do on Sundays. The NFL Draft is the perfect time to lock in with the community. Every pick, every trade, every decision. It all impacts what we're building here in Dallas. And during these moments, your voice matters more than ever. That's why the comments section below this video is open and waiting for your thoughts. Drop your draft grades, your favorite day 2 sleeper, or even your frustrations. We're reading it all, and your take might be featured in our next breakdown. And hey, if you haven't done it yet, now is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. Seriously, we're on a mission to reach 13,000 subscribers, and it's your support that makes that possible. When you subscribe and turn on the notification bell, you don't just help us grow, you make sure you're always up to speed with the latest Cowboys news, draft reactions, and insider updates. We've got live reactions, watch parties, instant analysis, and more coming your way all draft weekend. You're not going to want to miss it. So let's keep the momentum going. Join the conversation. Get involved. This is your team. This is your channel. So I'll leave you with this. What would make this draft a success for you? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, vote in our final poll. Will the Cowboys walk away from day 2 better than they started? Thanks for riding with me through all of day 2. Let's see who joins the star next.